The Romans. Julius Caesar led the Roman invasion of Britain in 55 BC, and this was unsuccessful, and for nearly 100 years Britain remained separate from the Roman Empire. In AD 43, the Emperor Claudius led the Roman army in the new invasion. This time there was resistance for some of the British tribes, but the Romans were successful in occupying almost all of the Britain. One of the tribal leaders who fought against Roman was Boudica, the queen of the Iceni in what is now known as Eastern England. She is still remembered today, and there is a statue of her on the Westminster Bridge in London near the House of Parliament. The areas of what is now Scotland were never conquered by the Roman, and the Emperor Hadrian built a wall in the north of England to keep the Picts, ancestors Scottish people, away. Included in the wall were a number of fort parts of Hadrian Wall, include the forts of Hausstead and Windolanda can still be seen. It's a popular area for walkers and is used as UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Romans remained in Britain for 400 years. They built a road and public buildings, created the structure of law, and introduced new plants and animals. And it was during the 3rd and 4th centuries AD that the first Christian communities began to appear in Britain. In AD 43, the Romans landed into Richborough in Kent with an army of about 40,000 soldiers. They defeated the Britons led by Cractus and Togodums, son of Cunobelinus, on the river Midway, and they fought their way over the Thames, and the Emperor Claudius joined them for the entry into Colchester, the Britain's capital, accompanied by the first elephant seen in Britain. However, Britain was far from conquered. One Roman legion marched northwards from Colchester towards Lincoln, another into the Midlands, and the third fought its way into the southwest, besieged and capturing many British hill forts on the way. By AD 47, all Britain south of Lyne, from Devon to Humber, was under Roman control. The Roman army that conquered Britain was a well-equipped, uniformed, and highly disciplined force, and its most effective soldiers were legionaries, tough, armored foot soldiers, and equipped with short swords, throwing spears, and big shields. Each of the four legions in the Britain had about 5,000 men, divided into centuries of about 80 soldiers and commanded by centurions. Legionaries were also engineers, built Roman forts and roads. Legionaries were recruited from Roman citizens, but their auxiliaries, meaning helpers, were cohorts, regiments from many different parts of empire. Some were spear-armed infantry, others bowmen, and others made up cavalry regiment of 5,000 to 1,000 men. And there were usually more auxiliaries than legionaries in Britain. The Romans also used artillery machines for throwing big stones or shooting arrow-headed darts at the enemy. Cratacus, son of Cunobelinus, headed the British resistance to the Roman invasion in AD 43, and although he was defeated, he refused to give up. He moved west to lead with the fierce Celiar tribe, South Wales, in 8 years of successful guerrilla warfare against the invaders. His acceptance of the foreign tribes suggests that Cratacus had a powerful personality, and his name is the Beloved One. Eventually, in AD 51, he was defeated again somewhere on the Welsh border and fled to the northern England to Queen Cartimandua of the Biganites tribe. She handed him over to the Romans, and he was put to a show on Rome as a trophy of victory. However, his dignity impressed the Romans so much that Cartacus and his family were pardoned. Thank you.